Welcome to Chicagoland Speedway for race 1 of the second full season of the Custom Cup. After problems with the first 2 races, we now move into the new next-gen car with the same 31 driver and the same 22-23 race schedule, starting at Chicagoland like we always do for the 1.5 mile tri-oval with the curved back straightaway. Today's race is 41 laps around this mile-and-a-half oval with 31 drivers, about 180 miles an hour. Straightaways, they don't have to slow down too much. Other series that raced here, not many, after NASCAR stopped racing here not long ago. The new next-gen car sounds a little bit different, but it's the same speed and it's be the same type of racing. Should be a fun season. Let's take a look at the drivers to watch for. Drivers to watch for: he was top 5 in practice, qualified 4th because of the 17 of Toby Stone to be Rob Rodwell. He was a mid-pack driver in the number 27 last season, but the random drawing of cars will mix up the fields completely this season. But look out, there's an early qualifying run from the 17 and a good race can give him a lot of momentum to carry on to the rest of the season. Starting in 3rd, the fastest car in practice was one of the top drivers in last season, in the number 31 and the 19 of Daisy Stone, and the number 19 Bass Pro Shops Toyota. Looks like she wants to start the season the same way she finished last season, very strong. Should be interesting to see how she does, as they will be battling for the win all day long at Chicagoland. It's going to be 41 laps, and we're coming to the green flag. Drivers, start your engines. Command next. The command has been fired. The pace car has peeled into the pits. It's time for another season of the Custom Cup. The green flag is in the air. The 24 of Michael Mall gets a good jump on the 84 of Sam Hoffman. And then Daisy Stone with a great job going from 3rd to 2nd. Now trying to pick up the inside for the lead as they come through turn number 1. There's the 17 of Toby Stone back there. And then everyone else is all about where they started as the top 4 break away just a tiny bit on the start. 43 of Harry Murphy is singled out in the 5th, and then it's Dave Hansen in 6th, Addison Stone 7th, but Ethan Hansen side by side with him as well. Michael Mall's going to lead the first lap of the season, but side by side for the lead with Daisy Stone. Side by side through turns 1 and 2, the 24 has the speed on the top. Going to get a run down the back straightaway here. The 19's not going away. Meanwhile, the 17 trying to make a pass for 3rd. Up the inside of the 84. That's not going to work. Now the 84 almost runs in the back of the 19. Now the 84 slides up the track. That's going to let the 17 get close. Then it's the 43 in 5th, the 23 in 6th, Addison Stone 7th, the 42 in 8th, the 8 in 9th, the 11 in 10th, and then Ethan Hansen, who was up in the top 10. Must have gotten shuffled back a little bit as he drops all the way back to 13th. Last season's champion, Kelsey Hemmer, is currently running. Not running today, actually. Oh, yes, she is. Currently in the 34, but the random drawing, this is where you start to see it coming into effect. As running in 29th after winning the championship last season. Meanwhile, still a 4-way battle for the lead, and then a somewhat sizable gap back to the 43 of Harry Murphy. We'll go on board with him just to show you that gap for a minute. See the gap right there, white, starting to build up a little bit. And they all the way up to 200 into the corner. The top 4 has been the same almost the whole race. You see Kelsey Hemmer, the 34. Back into our TV cameras. Back up towards the front, you got the 2 back here. That's Will Hansen. He was solid at the end of last season. Make our way back up to the front. See Ethan Hansen in 12th. And then the leader is still the same top 4. 19 up the inside, trying to make a move for the lead on lap number 6 here early in the race. Is able to clear the 24 for the lead. Now the 84 wants to get by the 24 as well. The 17's not going to make that easy, though. As they work their way into turn 1, the 19's built a little bit of a gap to the 24 way up the track, trying to get a big run from the top lane. Slingshots down the back straightaway, big push from the 17 for the 84 coming down the back straightaway, and then meanwhile the 23 trying to go for 5th around the 43. And then Addison Stone trying to drive around the top of the 42 of Delaney Lombardo. That's going to hang on to that spot. And now they're all going to fan out down the front straightaway. Look at this, tight racing right at the edge of the top 10. Last season's regular season champion Grayson Guest currently running at 15th, but that's going to change a lot in a short period of time due to how jumbled up they are here. Then Hansen slides into 13th. Chase Murphy trying to sneak into the top 10 around the 8 of Kyle Busch, or not Kyle Busch, Derek Jones. We have the 51, the only new driver in the field, Mark D'Amico, running in 9th, followed by Delaney Lombardo in 8th, Addison Stone 7th, Harry Murphy 6th, Dave Hansen did get into the top 5. 4th is Toby Stone, 3rd Sam Hoffman, 2nd is Michael Mall, and then pulling away very slowly in the 19 and 1st is Daisy Stone as we come to lap 10 out of 41 to make it officially 25% through the race. Wondering when will we get our first caution if it comes. It's the whole field pretty much single file right now, except that big battle right at the edge of the top 10 right here. Ethan Hansen up to 10th now. He tries to peel down to the bottom for another big move. He is moving up the field pretty quickly. Fastest lap of the race is the 84. Very good job. Now side by side for 8th. Chase Murphy is very quick, as he's going to work his way to the bottom of the 12, a very fast car, one of the better ones out there today. They're going to be side by side in the turn number 1. Meanwhile, out front, the 19 has built over a second lead, 0.3 of a second faster per lap than the 24 the last few laps. As this gap has continued to grow, battle for second starting to heat up as the 84 trying to come out at 24, but has to be careful because the 17 is right behind him, and it's a big gap back to the 23, and then the 51 is very fast as well. Just ran the fastest lap of the race not long ago. I'm gonna moving the 23 out of the way a little bit. This battle about a straightaway behind our leader. Side by side for 5th. Then it's gosh, I can't talk today. Settles down for 7th. Then in 8th is Chase Murphy. He's moving up to the field. Ethan Hansen in 11th. 12th is Ben Hemmer. 13th Derek Jones. 14th Grayson Gatz. 15th Joey Beck. 16th Lucas Hansen. 17th Carson. 18th Austin Stone. 19th William Marino. 20th Brooks Hansen. 21st Grant Hemmer. 22nd Gavin Albrady. 23rd Will Hansen. 24th Kelsey Hemmer. Last season's champion. 25th is Jake Hemmer. 26th is Wyatt Hemmer. 27th is Terry Hansen. 28th Isaiah McClunsey. 29th Olivia Hansen. 30th is JC Cole Giovanni. And 31st, filling in from NASCAR for Josh Hemmer just for one race, is Josh Berry. 19 has built a sizable lead of a little over a second and a half, about 0.2 a lap faster. The 17 is faster than the 24, but just can't get by with that. The fastest car on the track right now is the 51 of Mark D'Amico, who is flying through the field right now. Across the stripe, a 30.097 on old tires, nearly a half second faster that lap. He is flying. Alright, some of the fastest laps we've seen on this track in Custom Cup history. Meanwhile, Chase Murphy also has some speed. He's trying to run someone down. Addison Stone under fire from the 22, who already got Ben Hemmer. He already got by the 42. Now trying to get by the 12 to make it 2 passes in 1 lap. And then Ethan Hansen also got in the door as well, running the 12. The 22 and the 51 are the fast cars out here right now. This is the 51 continuing to turn fast laps. That time was a 1/10 of a second faster. But the 24 is holding up. The 17 has started to break away from them a little bit. Meanwhile, the 19's gap is not growing as fast as it was earlier. Still a pretty large gap for that 24 car to make up, though. Meanwhile, the Chase Murphy running all on his own, probably good for speed. A 30.365 leader runs a 30.484. Crisp. We haven't done a race in a while. Kind of being awkward commentary. Took a break for a while. Toby Stone running in third, one of our drivers to watch for, and then Daisy Stone, also one of our drivers to watch for in the lead. Now the 17 knows he's faster. The 51 has got to the back bumper. The 84, that's the fastest car on the track. If he can get by this group of 3 quick enough, he's going to have a shot at the 19. But what these guys back here are really hoping for the caution, because they know they have the speed to keep up with the 19 on fresh tires, because the 19 is just a long run car. You can tell the first couple laps was not the fastest car out here. Another thing you need to watch out for is lap traffic, as the last place car is crossing the stripe as the 19 is going into 3 and 4, so lap traffic is not out of the question either. As there goes the 51 on the inside of the 84, should have no problem with him. Now he's going to try to double it up for the 17. They might be 3 wide. They're going to try with the 24, does a double lane block. This is the race for second. The 51 knows he's the fastest car. He's already got it by 2 of these guys, trying to make it 3 for the fastest car on the track right now. Another fast car, the 23, has started to catch up to these guys too. And then Chase Murphy running all alone. Ben Hammer also all alone. He's fast as well. Lap time's almost a second slower than they were at the start already. Ethan Hansen running 12th, has a big entourage of cars behind him. Then running 16th is Grayson Getz, 17th Austin Stone. Back up through the field, 2 by 2 racing for second right now. The 23 has joined that group as well. The 51 gets a push through, and now watch as this thing's going to pull away and starts to hunt down the 19, who is over 3/4 of a straightaway ahead of second place. The 23 is going to try to push the 84 by the 24. This is good racing for second. Meanwhile, the 19 continuing to gap the field, but we'll see how that goes, as the 51 is building a pretty big gap already, running fast, very fast laps, and I do believe will catch the 19 eventually. Halfway through the race, has to gain 2.8 seconds in about half the race, but is pulling away pretty quickly. 189 maxing on the straightaway for both of those guys. Next time to go to Rockingham. It's Mark D'Amico in his first Custom Cup start in a 51 car that was not very fast. Is trying to make it fast. Although was a 1/10 of a second slower than the 19 that time. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe the draft effect is good. We saw the 23 catch up. You see the 9 starting to lurk back there a little bit. 22 is creeping up on him too, running good laps as well. And the last place car is 21 seconds off the 19 at the exit of 2, as the 19 is going into 2. So we'll see how that goes. Here's a little flyby. We'll do a full field flyby of the leaders as they come by. You see the 19 come off the corner. 51 not really gaining. Actually, the 24 has reeled him back in. You see the 23 trying to get through the 9s, gaining on him a little bit. Then you see the 22. Then Stone in 9th. And problems for Grayson Getz. He's peeling off into the pits. We gotta go check in on this one. I don't think there's supposed to be scheduled pit stops in this race, so. He gets down to pit road speed. We'll see if anyone's following him or if this isn't a scheduled stop. I don't see why it wouldn't be a scheduled stop. 24 laps in, and the lap time's already falling off by over a second. See if anyone else follows them. No. So this, I don't think this was a scheduled stop by the 1. We'll see what happens when he pulls into his pit box. They are changing the tires, so maybe this was a scheduled stop, and is everyone else going to pit as well? Left side tires only. That was kind of a weird strategy move by the 1. No one else following them in. That might have been a gamble by the 1 that doesn't work, so a bad pit strategy is going to ruin the 1 car's race. So he's going to go a lap down here. Maybe 2, as the 19 is coming. So I don't understand, when you're all the way back there running a solid race in mid-pack, you pit for left side tires and don't gain anything from it, as now you're a lap behind everyone else with the fastest guy on the track hunting you down. kind of an interesting decision to pit there. And only for left sides as well, so bad strategy option by Grayson Getz, but only one race into the season. You have no idea how bad that would hurt or not hurt. He is much faster than everyone else though, going into the corners. That's about it though. That's the only thing he gained from that. Is the battle for second still heating up? Yes, it is, and the 9 has reached them. Trying to get by the 84. This has been the race to watch all day long, as the 19 has been in cruise control since about lap 5 to lap 6. Up the inside of the 84. Trying to hug the bottom. Not quite going to clear him yet. He's going to get a run down the front stretch. And it's going to look like he's going to make it work. The 84 has him by about a nose. Actually almost clears him into the corner. Now it does come down in front of him, so the 9 not able to get the spot. The 24 is dropped back. And then the 3 is up in the third. And meanwhile, the 51 got ahead of him and now is not gaining any ground at all on the 19. That is just too fast, and the only car that seems fast in open air. The 1 isn't even running that much. The 1 isn't even faster. If you're in a pit, you might as well pit it for 2 tires. It's been caution-free so far in Chicagoland. Coming to lap 30 out of 41. We'll see if it'll continue to go that way. Your big mover of the race, Mark D'Amico, started 10th up to 2nd. Never mind. Started in 16th up to 2nd, up 14 spots since the start of the race. That's your big mover so far. He looks like the car to beat at the start. Since then has not been the best. He does have the fastest lap of the race to his control though. Race number 1 of the season has been a pretty good race for the no cautions we've had. Double while restarts coming to the Custom Cup this season. Next season we had stage racing. That'll be fun. Stage racing, no caution breaks for stages though, just stage points getting rewarded. Races will be a little longer so the stages aren't 10 laps long. It'd be 2 races, so say 2 stages, so if a race is 50 laps, it'd be 25 and 25. No stage break cautions, though. You see, this 19 is lapping the first car the proper way, as the 1 is already lapped down, but that's from pitting. Meanwhile, the 51 over 3 seconds back still. Last time around was 0.2 of a second faster than the 19, though, but as we come to 10 laps to go, it does not look like anyone's going to be able to catch him. As he cuts the gap down another 10th there, but 1/10 of a second is not going to do it when you're that far back. As the 9 is going to take him 3 wide in the middle, almost runs the 24 up the track and the wall. This is 3 wide for 5th. The 9 trying to double him up to split the middle. This would be the pass of the day if he could make it work. The 44 had to back out. Now the 9 moves the 24 up the track a little bit. Here comes the 22 as well, and it's over 7 seconds back to the 12. Look at this gap back to the 12. They're into 3 and 4 as they're leaving. 9's not able to get the 24. Does get out of there with the 84 though. And now the 22 is going to send it. He's been fast all day too. Now the 19's in clean air with no lap cars for about half a straightaway. I don't think anyone's going to catch him unless a wreck or a caution were to happen. Still don't understand that strategy play by the 1 is... Yes, he's passing guys, but he's still half a second a lap slower than the 19, who is catching this group of lap traffic, and that would be the only thing. If he wrecks in lap traffic, 15 car should not be a problem here for the 51. Gonna give him plenty of room on the top. There goes the 51 driving by. As another good Chicagoland race is going to come to a close with a victorious 19 car, assuming a caution does not happen. Topping out at 192 down that front straightaway. Same thing for the 51. Here comes the 23, trying to maybe sneak out a 3rd place finish, and this 4-way battle is still going strong. But you see the gap back to the 12. Lucas Hansen trying to put a move on Ethan Hansen for the 11th spot. Had to check up a lot in the corner. It looks like the top lane's the fastest lane around the track right now. As you see, the 24 is going to do another double lane block. He's done that twice already. As the 9's trying to get back into 5th again. This is 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th racing right now. Then you have the 17 on his own trying to run down the 23. 3 wide down the back straightaway for a split second there. They might be 3 wide at 3 and 4. The 84 backs out a little bit going into the corner. That checkup. Here comes the 9. Coming across the stripe. 4 laps to go next time by. Currently 5. The 19 has caught that lap traffic, and there's no car separating him and the 51. So unless he gets really, really held up bad, like right there, if that happens the entire time, they might close the gap a little bit. But this is a lot heavier traffic than what you saw last time. This is going to let the gap for the 51 close in a lot. Drops almost 2/10 there. But if he can handle this traffic the right way and just drive right by, it's not going to be a problem. I don't think it's going to matter anyways, though. Coming to 3 laps to go, the 19 has been dominating all day long. But see the 10 get in her way. This is the stuff that can mess him up. He's going to get by the 4, now side by side with the 10. See the gap drop under 3 seconds there, first time it's happened since the gap got that big. But now has not much. He got past most of the big stuff. Now they're all single file ahead of him. Grayson gets his running faster laps than the 9, but not enough. The big race on the track is still this one right here, racing for 5th. Doesn't look like the 22s can get that spot, but 2 laps to go for the 19. Ahead by 2.77 seconds. Now up the inside of the 16 of Terry Hansen. In the 3 and 4 for the second to last time today. Off the corner, trying to take the lead. On the 16, trying to take the lead away, is the 51, but it's too far back as the white flag is in the air. It's a 2.4 second gap with a lot of cars between. My voice is starting to go away a little bit. But down the back straightaway for the final time. The 19 and the 3 and 4. Off of the final corner is going to win race number 1 of the season at Chicagoland. Daisy Stone wins at Chicago. Across the stripe goes the 51, then the 23, the 17, the 22, 24, 84, 9. 15's a lap car, then the big gap back to the 9, or 9th place, my bad, in 12. The 5 is able to sneak in a top 10, then 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th cross the line. It's the rest of the field finishing the race. And now everyone else has finished. Field peels off into the pits. That's going to complete race number 1 of the season. Daisy Stone wins at Chicagoland by 2.003 seconds, 23 cars on the lead lap. No yellow flags, 1 lead change, but great racing everywhere else. Next time we go to Rockingham for 60 laps around that concrete 1-mile oval. We'll see you then. Daisy Stone victorious in race number 1 of the 2024 Spring Summer Custom Cup season.